Excuse me. Is this thing working? Hello? Let's turn that off. There we go. Oh.
Hello there.
Okay. I am back and I am full of protein. And I'm full of something, I don't know, energy. I guess that's what they call it. And yes, we're going to be reacting to some videos. There's actually a video that came out by Jimmy. For those of you who do not know who Jimmy is a RuneScape content creator, and he played Dragon Wilds. Now, I haven't played Dragon Wilds. I will probably try to be able to play some of that next month, but next month I'm going to be flat broke because I am definitely going to get the Nintendo Switch 2. And yes, I am part of the problem with the whole Nintendo thing. I am definitely part of the problem. But let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at what Jimmy has to offer. First of all, this is the second stream of the day. The first stream, I was so... I don't know, I needed food. I didn't eat food. I didn't eat breakfast or lunch, and I thought I could just go ahead and stream. That was a very terrible idea. A very terrible idea. I guess I just need to find it. I don't know where it went. Here it is. Oh, right. Do not get the Switch. Bad Sank Weaver. Sprays with water. What the? What? I'm being treated like a cat. Don't get the Switch. Bad. But here's the thing. I already put in the email. What in the world is happening to my cursor here? I put in the email already. It's already out there. I can't take it back. I could ignore it. But do I want to? Do I not want to show people? Like, I already agreed with the price of the Switch because I already paid for a PlayStation 5. So I was like, all right, it's whatever. But if like a game is like really overpriced, of course I'm not going to buy that. That's absolutely insane. My chat box is okay, my chat box is kind of not working. Somebody type something. Oh, okay. Looks like that's working. And if you guys really just type the word something in there, I'm going to be I'm not going to ban you. I'm just going to be very disappointed. I already said my PC on Switch 2 console price is alright, everything else is bad. Yeah, I think the console price is fine. Almost fell asleep in the Cutter's Cry, which wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, I almost fell asleep in Cutter's Cry. Exactly. I didn't have energy, though. I didn't have breakfast. I didn't have lunch. I spent all morning, quite literally, making sure that one of my cats was fine. Yesterday, he cut his paw, and blood splattered everywhere. And I was just like, holy shit, what do I do? What do we do? Luckily, we had some, like, peroxide, and as soon as we dipped his paw into the peroxide, he freaked out and started running all over the place and stuff, and we had to catch him. Like, peroxide is a type of alcohol, by the way, so it's like once you put it with a cut, it's gonna sting. So obviously that was the reaction. Hardware for the console, I agree, but games as accessories, a hell no. Yeah. I just wonder whether or not people are going to follow up on that, on their disagreement, or the casual crowd is probably going to do something about it. Anyway, so we're just about to watch Jimmy's video. The new RuneScape has a problem or two. This is about RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I don't know if any of you guys have played Dragon Wilds. It's basically like enshrouded Valheim. It's a survival game, and it's early access. So if you guys really want to play the game, you can play it on Steam. It's up. I think it's about $20. I don't know, but we're going to take a look at what Jimmy has to say. Jimmy is my all-time favorite RuneScape content creator, next to Settled. But I want to see what he says about all this.
On April 15th, Jagex Shadow dropped a brand new survival crafting game, Dragon Wilds. They've had a ton of projects over the years that did not have success, to say the least. But this game, this project, is very different because they've pulled out a technique, a secret technique. They've been keeping it in their back pocket for who knows how long, but they finally pulled it out. They have inserted RuneScape into the title, RuneScape Dragon Wilds. And RuneScape being a game that millions and millions of people have tried at some point,
including myself. I am a fan of RuneScape, old school RuneScape. I tried to play RuneScape 3. I don't think RuneScape 3 is all that bad, but it has a lot of things in it that let's just say I'm not very agreeable on. So I went to old school RuneScape, and you might know that my mod Yui is also in old school RuneScape, and you should watch his streams if he ever streams those again. You should do it because he's better than me at old school RuneScape. You should probably do it.
or are playing right now, this game was purchased. According to 3 websites on SteamDB,
In fact, you're a mod, so you could post your own stream link on the channels. So you could do it if you want to. You should do it.
275 to 650,000 people bought.
Owner estimation. So they haven't quite reached 1 million yet.
A copy of this early access survival crafting game, peaking at 52,000 concurrent players.
An update on this as I'm editing. The CEO of Jagex has confirmed over 600,000 copies were bought.
And if you are wondering,
That's not bad.
yes, Jagex did send me a copy of this game. But I didn't see it.
There you go. There's the
It was sent to
punchline.
my spam folder. I purchased this game.
There you go. That's the punchline. I have to check my own spam folder for any of the indie games that I really want to. I'm not really one to plug myself like that, though. Yeah, you should probably still do it. You're my mod. You should listen to me. Anyway, jokes aside.
I bought one for my friend Walnut too. I played this game a lot, both on a
Actually, if it's co-op, yeah, I can. So I can probably see if I can get some friends to play that, because it says co-op, right? So why not me, Yui, Tati, or me, Yui, Tati, Luna, or if Luna has it, then she can invite me. I still need to bug her about repo, but it does say co-op. If it's like the same thing as Enshrouded in Valheim, then it shouldn't be too hard. Still want to continue Bronze Men endeavors, just gotta either flip the hell or hope for a membership discount. I will speak with you later about how we should get those streams set up with you, at the very least for old school RuneScape. Get a shout out function and a bot. Ah, man, you're right. I should. Doesn't Wisebot do that? Damn it, I gotta do that. All right, you're right.
a solo server and on a co-op server, because with games like these survival crafting games, your experience can greatly differ depending on if you're playing with other people
I don't know.
or not. So I made sure to do both. The RuneScape universe is exciting, and it means a lot to me. It's very dear
It
to
does
me and
not.
a lot of other people, and I love.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to figure that out. If you can give me a link to one, I will definitely set that up.
that Jagex is willing to break out of the
Yeah, I don't
MMO
remember
space
the command. I don't
into
think it's in
other
there.
genres of video games. There has always been a ton of potential in doing that, and here we are. But with all that in mind, it's really important that stuff like this represents the RuneScape universe correctly. And speaking of representing a universe, imagine this: an action-adventure RPG
Oh, God.
based on the TV series
We're in an
Game
ad.
of Thrones and the novels A Song of
We're in
Fire
an
and
ad.
Ice. You don't have to imagine that. That's what this is. This is Game of Thrones King's Road.
We're
Now
in an
imagine
ad.
you are a part of Westeros
What do we do?
during the storyline of Season 4. You don't have to imagine that either. You're a cast member now, main character. You don't often get to hop into a video game having a sense of familiarity with the world around you, which is what makes this unique, because I've seen the show, and when I played
Is that a
this, I
phone
was
here?
like,
It can't be.
oh yeah. Did you ever think that you would see Gary Gilbert and Jon Snow in the same vicinity working together? Me either. Look at that. Gary was running around, exploring,
That
looting
looks legit.
anything he saw, taking on packs of wolves and bandits. Nothing was stopping him. Gary was at home in Westeros. Felt really
That's
cool
Gary.
barging into an enemy camp.
For those of you who don't know who Gary is one of his characters from RuneScape. He has like a free-to-play realm character that's Gary, and Gary was his avatar roaming around the free-to-play servers. It's a very entertaining series to watch because he gives AI voices to everybody he meets. And he gave Gary an AI voice, and it's just completely and utterly hilarious. But that's who Gary is.
And taking them all down and looting their stuff, Gary style, or whatever he calls it. I went
Gary
and made sure to
style.
try this game. It was a lot of fun. You can pre-register now using my link in the description.
Is that
Early access
really?
available
Wait,
on
is
Steam.
that
Big
not
thank
a
you to
phone
Game of
game?
Thrones King's Road for sponsoring today's video.
Steam Store, PC. That's an actual video game. Huh. Like, it looks like a legit Game of Thrones video game. It should be enough for people to know. Well, we'll figure that out, but we do need to get that shout out bot. We need to do that. So that is something that I'm going to have to go ahead and look into. I also will be putting up registry so that we can get another mod to help out. Because you shouldn't be the only mod, obviously. But we'll figure that one out later. We'll see who we can hire to be your lackey.
I need to start this off with a disclaimer. I'm going to criticize the hell out of this game. I really enjoyed this game. There is just untapped potential, and I need to point a lot of stuff out that I hope can give some direction or ideas, just get some conversation started, because this is amazing.
He's about to get critical. Somebody thought about moist critical. Somebody in the chat or somebody watching this is gonna think I'm gonna say moist critical. I know something. It's probably because WiseBot does all the work at the moment. Well, that's true. But you still need a lackey. We're still going to get you a lackey.
The fact that we have RuneScape IP
Argus, you're fired.
being turned into different games. Myself,
When were you
and
hired?
many,
Don't
many
ask.
others have
You're
been
fired.
waiting for something like this for years, and it's finally happening. And I want to provide as much constructive feedback as I can.
Moist on the moon.
Because
Oh God.
this is awesome. I am just overanalyzing my experience. I'm looking at details that I would never have thought about if I had just played it, had fun, logged off. I want this game to succeed. I want RuneScape games to be a thing. So if any devs watch this, if anybody from Jagex is watching, just know that this is all coming from love. I promise. Just had to let you know. But there is no questioning this.
I gotta fix one thing. Okay, give me a second. Sorry, I need to fix a thing. It's bothering me. Give me a second. Boop. Turns out, okay. So it turns out. Tectone got banned from Twitch. That's one thing, and my cats are trying to break into my office. Don't ask why they're trying to. I have no idea why they keep doing that. They literally slam their face against the door. Oh, hello. All right, give me 1 second again. I gotta figure out what that was. Be right back. All right. All right, I'm back. So my cats had a fun time just charging at the door to a point where I had to figure out a way to stop them from doing that. So I'm probably going to get a spray and yeah, deal with that. Anyway, let's go on. Let's see what Jimmy has to say. Okay, so that time my sister came in and she has a report and needed that to be printed out. But the printer that you see blurred in the background back there doesn't seem to want to work. I have no idea how to fix that. Okay. We'll see if that works later. I told her how to wirelessly print things.
It is the most obvious observation you could possibly make about this game. RuneScape Dragon Wilds, at its core, is inspired heavily around Valheim. I have to talk about it. I am a huge Valheim fan. I made a video about it. It was probably my favorite survival crafting game.
Is that a good or bad thing if something is inspired by another indie game? I think Valheim is its own inspiration, right? I mean, it's based off of a survival game, like Minecraft, I guess. I don't know. You should play it. Oh, I've played it. I've played it. I've here. Excuse me. I've played it. I've played it. I've played it. I've played it. Yes, I have played Valheim. I've played it. The last biomes, the Deep North, is coming out later this year. I've heard. I am setting myself up for success for that. I think next month also, No Rest for the Wicked is coming out with their update called The Breach. That's all houses you got. The game has over 1,000 hours for you. Well, congratulations for no life in the game and me having to find a life. Thank you. All right. Okay.
I had ever played. And I think the only reason that I had tried Valheim in the first place is because I heard whispers that it kind of reminded them of RuneScape. It gave them the same feeling that RuneScape gave them, which I was definitely skeptical about.
I would definitely play Valheim
typically
again.
Survival
It
crafting
is such a good
don't
game.
Resemble RuneScape at all.
Oh,
When
he died.
I did play
Why
it,
did he show that?
I understood exactly what they were talking about.
Oh, God, it's
Valheim is
such
how
a good
I
game.
imagined RuneScape, playing it as a kid. It wasn't the exact same.
Oh, and
but
the
it
music is so good,
resembled that
too.
feeling of wonder and the desire to explore and improve your character. There was just these little sprinkles of things that reminded me of early day RuneScape. Woodcutting in Valheim and woodcutting in RuneScape are very different, but that cozy, grindy feeling that I had gotten from RuneScape all those years ago was what I was feeling here. Like,
Bro, as long as you're in the right biome, which is the first biome, you're going to feel such a cozy feeling because you're like getting yourself started in a new world. You're building your home out of the fallen logs that you domino effect all over the place. You get yourself set up for success for beating every single boss except for the damn dragon. I hate that dragon. I hate it. I know a lot of people say it's actually easy if you do this thing about creating a moat and shooting it from a distance and, chopping her legs off, but like, screw that dragon. I hate it. But other than that, it's, Valheim is such a good game.
I was back at Sears Village chopping maple trees behind the bank. There's a side
Tree
of me
houses.
that knows
Oh,
I
you built tree
shouldn't
houses
be
in the swamp
diving
too.
into
I
this,
think
comparing it to
the tree house thing was is a tactic that you use because in the swamp, anything you built will just get destroyed anyway. So you need to build a tree house in the first place. I did that too. I had a tree house teleport system too.
Valheim. It is a separate video game, but good God, is that impossible? It's kind of like when I told everybody to go into Brighter Shores and to not compare that to.
You should probably go and watch Jimmy's series, him talking about Brighter Shores and him being critical against a guy who created RuneScape, who tried to make another RuneScape, which is called Brighter Shores, which I've played and streamed just as well. It's a little awkward.
RuneScape. This whole next part is I'm gonna get all the Valheim comparison stuff out of the way first. I'm just gonna do it all here in this one big clump of Valheim.
I think my sister's gonna
comparison.
pop in
The
again.
progression of armor, the way that you resource
I can hear
gather
her.
and craft things, the base building, the raids from the mobs, the way the mobs' eyes glow, the way that
Really?
chopping trees works, except it's way funnier on Valheim because they can kill you. The need to fucking eat, which I know is just a typical survival crafting mechanic. I'm allowed to hate a survival crafting mechanic, even if I'm playing one. Hunger sucks. Such a low percentage of people that enjoy feeding their character in a video game.
Get a fireplace in a
this game
treehouse.
is
Nice.
heavily inspired by Valheim.
campfire.
That's fine. I had so much fun on that game. Why would I not like a new Valheim-like?
Thought that would happen. So my sister is doing a report, and the printer doesn't want to print from her iPad, which it should. It's a mystery what's going on with these machinery that's happening here. So I'm going to figure that out. Guys, stay tuned. Answer me this. That is an HP. And for some reason, the cartridges in that HP printer, right, is hooked up to the internet, but it needs to register the cartridges online to some website. So without it being enrolled into that website, the printer will not print. That's ridiculous. I've never heard of that before. And we're just okay with that? I don't understand. What are with these companies making up a lot of these arbitrary rules for their machines? Yeah, it's hooked up online. You actually print via wireless because it's hooked up wirelessly to the router, and on the screen it says cartridges need to be registered at inkhpwhatever.com, and I'm like, why? It's a printer. Like, it's a printer. Why does the cartridges need to be registered to a website? That blows my mind. There should be some regulation for this shit. Razer is now having people subscribe to use their wireless mouse. Well, you know what? The funny thing is that I don't use Razer anymore, because fuck Razer. Screw them. I've already been screwed over by them. Plus, their stuff isn't as good as they want to think it is anyway. Anyway. Let's get back to Jimmy. I feel better watching more Jimmy.
Game that can give me similar experiences. Throw more at me. I'll play them, including this one. They also decided to add thirst. I would love if the thirst mechanic
I am also
was
thirsty. Let me just get some
from
water
existence forever, and we never had to drink something in the game to stay alive. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that on RuneScape. I don't want to do that on Valheim. This is annoying to do in real life. I don't want to do that. I want to do other fun things. I feel like that might be something that should be absolutely implemented.
Man, I love drinking water. What are you talking
like
about?
A slider toggle thing, because it sucks. I'll say it. I'll say it. I don't care. It sucks. In Valheim, there's procedurally generated maps.
Yeah,
there's
I love it.
seeds.
Sort
the
of.
way of the land is completely
the map
changed
is
from
crazy.
The last one that
It's
you were
crazy
in.
big.
I'm assuming the choice of keeping the same map, everybody being on the same layout, was for the sake of the story in Dragon Wilds, because they have implemented a story.
Wait, is the wise old man in the game? Oh man. The wise old man rendered in beautiful, crisp, I guess, updated graphics. He looks too real to me.
Started to procedurally generating a map would throw a few wrenches into that story aspect of the game, and that's completely okay, because games like V Rising, that's the same map every time.
I need y'all to see this. You probably think this is weak sauce, but I spent a good amount of time in V Rising. Oh, that happened. Sorry about that. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. That's also a good couple hundred, that's a good over 150 hours there. This is a good 150 hours. And look, apparently they have an update. Crazy stuff keeps happening today.
Time everywhere, and it does a great job. There's been metas on where to build bases. It's helped with the PvP scene.
My base was in the mountain.
I think it's cool. But speaking of the map, I really loved terraforming in Valheim. It made for some of the funniest experiences, some of the most creative ideas. It changed everything. The possibilities were endless with terraforming. And I really don't know if terraforming would work in the map, but I want to try it so bad. I have no idea if it would be a disastrous feature to make. It probably would, but oh my god, I wish there was terraforming. I want to cause chaos. I want to build stupid shit. I want to build traps to make my friends fall down. I hope there's some way to implement that, because it would change everything, literally. It's awesome. And I think that would also bring some more creativity to a map that doesn't change. I don't understand game engines or coding. I'm just an idiot consumer who likes things and says about, you know, the things that I talk about the things I like.
Let's just hope that this Survivor game isn't just a Survivor game that they're making because they see a trend of Survivor games. Let's hope that's not that. Because you know how video game companies and people at the top be. They look at trends and they try to copy the trend in order to make a lucrative profit of the trend. And then they sit there and believe that they can do better, but then, you know, once it fails, they're thinking all types of other things other than it's, you know, it was their decision making.
I like terraforming. I'm not going to keep comparing to Valheim. I got it out of the way, got it out of my system. You know, we can't just compare to Valheim because, you know, this is, in fact, RuneScape. This is a RuneScape game, not Valheim. It's RuneScape. It's RuneScape, right?
Right? Earning the RuneScape
The
name.
biggest contributor to the success of this game is that right there. That word, that game, that IP, that branding, that's why this game is successful. If Jagex had shadow dropped this the way they did with just the name Dragon Wilds, totally different story of how this worked out. Which brings me to probably the most important question.
What does that say? We launched a week ago. That really fucking sucked. We should have put RuneScape in the name.
Of how this worked out, which brings me to probably the most important question of this video. Does Dragon Wilds deserve the RuneScape name? Is Dragon Wilds stolen valor? Is this son of a bitch the real deal? Is this even RuneScape? We're looking into that. That's next on our list. Welcome to chapter 2. That's what the title screen was for. We're gonna look into. I wanted to know what the hell is going on, why we're here, where are we? Why are we? When are we? Because I don't know if this is like a RuneScape 3 lore thing, but I have no clue why the Wise Old Man and Doric and Zanuck and Vanica are all here on this island together on some expedition. I didn't even know they were friends. I didn't know they were cool like that. I thought maybe... Do they know each other? What is happening here? What is this? Why is the Wise Old Man unretired? Did he retire in RuneScape 3? Because he's definitely retired in old school. He's not moving from that house. Zanuck being here as an old school player feels very wrong. We don't know where Zanuck is. Vanica, that dude's been above ground like once.
I don't know who's... Is Zanuck the goblin that... Who's Zanuck? Let me see. RuneScape Zanuck? There she is. The hell? Okay, yeah. So it is her. It is her. Whoa. She got a glow up in RuneScape 3. And then I guess she got a further glow up. And then she finally got the best glow up. Damn. They glowed her up. She was supposed to be, you know, and she died once too. I do remember that storyline. I actually did that storyline. She gets killed and then she comes back. What version is this? What version is that? Zanuck? Which that's not RuneScape 3 Zanuck. I think this is RuneScape. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what? Let's be glad she had this glow up. Let's just be glad she had this glow up.
Ulrich, why did he want to do this? Is that the type of guy he is? I have no idea. I haven't really talked to him much. Because don't get me wrong, I love the character cameos. It is cool seeing these RuneScape characters in a new engine, new aesthetic. That's cool. Why those ones? Maybe I'm very out of touch with like RuneScape 3 things. I don't know. Maybe they just took like characters they think everyone would recognize, like Vanika's very recognizable. Wise Old Man is always in all of the promos. When I started running around the game, I started finding these diary entries dated with like 4,200s in that time period, which threw me off because I was like, wait a second, 5th age, old school, that's like year 169. It's like 4,000 years of difference. But that's when I realized it's not the same age because they reset the years when a new age comes. And the only age that had over 4,000 years was the 3rd age. So whoever wrote this lived in the 3rd age, which I guess justifies that, you know, the Wise Old Man is alive. He didn't live 4,000 years. It's not. That's definitely what I thought at first. I was very confused. And there's also a journal entry later on that does say of the 3rd age. I didn't find that one, but I read about that one. Got here, discovered that it was infested with dragons, and there's a big dragon harassing everybody named General Velgar, which is Elvarg in anagram language. There's new mobs, there's like Garu, I think Garu, I don't know. They're new. But I was looking for as many RuneScape-y things as I could, because I was playing a RuneScape game. And I want to see RuneScape things.
Oh, that was weird.
They got those, terror birds. Some of the resources are the same. Tin, copper, it still makes bronze. RuneScape didn't invent that, but I mean, it works here. There's oak trees. I'm gonna skip to a pretty major RuneScape reference. Let's talk about the whip, the Abyssal one. The Abyssal whip is one of the most iconic items in the history of RuneScape in its 20 plus years. It was one of the clearest signals possible that a certain player was powerful. They're holding a whip, they hit hard, and they could be rich also, maybe be their friend. And the whip in Dragon Wilds is also very powerful. It's a very significant upgrade to work towards. And in old school RuneScape, to get a whip, you kill an Abyssal Demon. And in Dragon Wilds, when you want to get an Abyssal Whip, you kill an Abyssal Demon.
Whoa, I do see something scary over there.
I don't see it.
I see something very ominous in the distance. It's scary looking. We're gonna have a very tough fight.
Gary
oh God,
sucks.
Oh wait, it's coming right at us.
Who the heck is Gary Sucks?
Hello, what's up, fucker?
That's Frame, I think.
What? It's a boss!
It teleported at me!
Oh.
Help me!
It's an Abyssal Demon!
It's an Abyssal.
I'm taking it. Take it out.
And I'm tired. I can't shoot my bow.
He's looking at me.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm dead.
Gary Gilbert died?
Gilbert died.
I'm very dead.
Oh no.
They don't look like that anymore. That's what this is. They're scary. And it was cool to finally get an Abyssal Whip. You know, for the sake of Dragon Wilds, the game experience, it did feel like a good upgraded weapon.
Isn't the Abyssal Rip like the spine of the Abyssal Demon? Like, that's why it's called the Abyssal Rip.
But on the RuneScape side of things, something felt very wrong about getting an Abyssal Whip that early. I know it's the survival crafting game. It's not the MMO. You shouldn't have to sink MMO hours into a survival crafting game. But what I'm saying is, I feel like the Abyssal Whip should not have been in the game yet. I feel like that should be like one of the last weapons that you craft before you take on the end game boss. I don't really know the best way to... Okay, look, here's how I'll explain this. Right here, I'm holding a whip. Do you notice what I'm wearing?
Bronze armor.
I'm wearing bronze armor.
Right.
Normally, when you get bronze armor, if ever, in RuneScape, you're not going for a whip. You're
No.
usually going for something else, like a steel scimitar, something, mithril scimitar, something like that.
Yeah.
A whip is far from your sights. And I know bronze is a different story here, but it shouldn't be. It's RuneScape. This doesn't add up. We've skipped all of the iconic RuneScape metals. There's no mithril, there's no adamant, there's no rune. Feels like it's not a RuneScape progression system. Sorry to bring this up again, but this feels like a Valheim progression system for the armor. This is very much...
I kind of agree. If you want it to be more RuneScape, like you want to put the line, you have copper, iron, rune, I think Mithril's next after that, or is it Mithril then Rune? but there's a stepping ladder going up. So the Abyssal Whip is more of like a later game kind of thing. So he's kind of right about that. He really is.
Not RuneScape. They've got iron armor, and then you can discover
yeah.
paladin armor recipes. Paladin armor isn't even a RuneScape thing. It's a cosmetic in RuneScape 3, but it means nothing to anybody. I mean, it's cool looking, but it's definitely not RuneScape. Why is there not a helmet with the iconic plume? Why would you not give all the materials to let somebody roleplay as the buying GF 10K meme? People want to look like that on a RuneScape game. Why would you not make full helms?
I mean, it is still an early access game. Maybe it's something that they're planning to do, something that they can do. And I'm sure the devs are watching Jimmy's video anyway.
What the fuck? I just think that a RuneScape game should be consistent in that you need to
There's
get
the dragon
through the
armor.
progression of Mithril Adamant Rune. It's so weird because there's like these new, never seen before weapons that you can find the recipes for and make, and you know, it's unique. But then there's also, you know, the Granite Maul and the Abyssal Whip. There's something off. There's something off about this weapon progression.
Wow.
You have that in the title, so I get to criticize things that don't feel like RuneScape. The only RuneScape that we've known. Here's an example of why are you not thinking about RuneScape. Bone tools, bone weapons. There's so many things in place that would justify a bone spear existing in Dragon Wilds, which comes from goblins, by the way, from the city that one of them is from. There is that underlying story going on, which I think should definitely take a big majority of the focus if they want to separate themselves more. Like the Runecrafting Guild quest for the Staff of Light, that felt more like, not a RuneScape thing really, but it felt unique. It felt separated. Even though it was just a small side quest, it still felt new. It was a new experience in the survival crafting game, which I wanted to feel more of.
Check this shit out, loser.
Wow.
Why the music looks scary?
I can take a wild guess.
Okay.
Oh, then.
It could be a dragon nearby. Alright, I'm gonna stand still and then move when I need to. Thinking. And I'm being
blasting
hunted
you.
as well? Are you kidding me?
Parkour roll.
Ow. Oh no.
I
Oh
think
no.
the dragon's gone now, guys.
I might die.
No! Oh god, I'm poisoned
I'm dead.
now.
Yeah, I am too. Poisoned.
I'm fucking dead.
shit.
We should have made the lodestone.
It's not too late. I can do it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
lodestone. Make the lodestone, Jimmy.
Oh, shit.
Anywhere. Literally anywhere.
Insufficient resources. No! I need one more fucking thing. No way. No fucking way.
I need
And
the
he's
vote
still in the
code, Jimmy,
poison.
give me the vote
And
code.
he's gonna
I'm gonna
die.
die.
And
dead.
goodbye.
I truly don't think that the game deserves the RuneScape badge quite yet. I really, really hope they consider the way that we progress in this game and make it more attuned to what we're familiar with RuneScape. You know, everyone has whips already. It just made it feel very inconsistent from what we know from the
Yeah,
RuneScape world.
I
would
kind of
love
agree
for
with
that
that.
RuneScape in the title to make more sense. That's all I want. But I know people are gonna pull
How many people will
the
skip
early
Rune Armor?
access
True.
card.
I agree with Jimmy on that one. If you want to make it more RuneScape-like, if you're going to put the logo there, make it more RuneScape-like. It's a good thing this is an early access game, so they can work on that.
This
Too
is a
early.
problem I have with the entire gaming industry, and that's EA.
Early access.
No, not that one. That's way worse. I'm talking about that one. I've had a big problem with that one for a very long time.
True.
I plan on doing a video essay on just this topic.
I plan to talk about that one too. Early access games. Like they can be good, but they're also very annoying. It can be good to fund the game, but you're gaining access to a game that's not finished. And games that are not finished is very annoying. You can spout at me all the moralities and the reasons all you want. You could say it's to fund the game so that we can develop it even further, but I hate unfinished games. I hate them. And I think at this point, most people are kind of annoyed and frustrated with like games that are not finished. I mean, yes, I understand. No Rest for the Wicked is an unfinished early access game. And as much as they're like updating that game and saying like, here's the next chapter, I would have rather it just be finished.
at some point, so I'm not going to go too into it.
So
but I
99
have to get it
smithing
off
to
my
make a full
chest
set, which I
because
did
a
in
lot of
order to
what
get a
I'm
full
saying here
rune. Don't
today
ask me
was
why
probably
I did that, why you did
rooted
that.
in
I
this. I
am
can
not
completely
that.
understand if you're an indie dev, you have no investors backing you. You need to get something out there to get funds for yourself so you can continue to make a thing you're passionate about. I understand early access in that sense.
Yes.
However, if you are an established company, a publisher of games, developing games, who has money, monthly millions of money, I think pay.
Yes, if you are a high-end creating a gigantic game or have created a giant game in AAA games, there should be no reason why you are even thinking about making an early access game. It just means that you want money early rather than finishing the game. Indie games, you can let that pass because they don't have backers. They don't have investors most of the time. Usually they need to work really hard to get something like that. And even when they do get something like that, it's not guaranteed for the game to be fully backed. Thus, like, Below the Stone was an early access game, and they're an indie game that was even backed up by Apogee. But Apogee is, they help produce things. They give you, the money and ways to get the game to be finished eventually, but they're not sitting there hounding you saying finish the game first. They usually give free reign to the indie games that they sign up with them. So
Early access should not be tolerated by the player base.
true. I
That's
agree.
just how I feel.
I
The
agree.
release of this game feels a lot like a paid alpha test. And I know I might sound dramatic saying this.
You're
but
surprised that Apogee
I'm
is
just
around.
so-
Apogee has definitely changed over time, but Apogee is here to help indie games get off the ground, really, and they have helped a good crap ton of small companies get off the ground. I think they're actually doing a good service for gaming in general. So
tired of seeing early access stamped on the Steam page and then a company releasing a half-baked.
oh, I did say something about No Rest for the Wicked. Now, No Rest for the Wicked is their company. That company made Ori and the Blind Forest, right? And they made 1 and 2, and they made other games just as well. But it's still a small game company, right? They still consider themselves indie. I would say they're more like AA at this point, maybe just on the smaller side. But I kind of give No Rest for the Wicked a pass because of the company. Don't know, Cherry doesn't trust companies anymore, and Cherry is starting to lose faith in Square Enix also. That's fair. I mean, Square Enix has done a lot of dumb stuff, yeah. But I'm talking about the indie crowd as well. I give the indie crowd a pass if they put something out early access. But big companies that put something early access out, that's just dumb. That's dumb.
Product for pretty much full price, getting everybody's money, and then maybe making it better. I don't like it. 10 years ago, a company as big as Jagex would be releasing a fully finished, tested project. A big game release. But instead we get a game where you can only level up one of the 3 combat styles.
Oh, you're talking about Bravely Default? Yeah.
paid for this game, like I've paid for hundreds of other games. So I'm going to treat this like a paid game. There's a lot that should have been fixed.
No. Bravely Default was the term. I'm pretty sure it was Bravely Default, wasn't it? Oh, you mean if you're talking about Octopath Traveler? Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Well, there's that one thing that Square said about turn-based single-player games and an indie game just proved them wrong. Is Expedition 33 an indie game? Is that an indie game? I thought Expedition was at least a AA game or a AAA game. It has the qualities of that. Now you got me curious. I'm gonna actually look that up. I swear that it's like a AA game or something. Give me 1 second. So Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is a 2025. By the way, I'm going to get this game. It was from Level 5 Engine. Who created the writer, the artist, the programmer, designed, produced. Publisher is Kepler Interactive, and the developer is Sandfall Interactive. I don't know if this is indie. I really don't know if this is indie. Sandfall Interactive doesn't have a page. Publisher of games. Oh, it's co-owned by a group of independent game developers. Its published games include Shia, Scorn, and Shifu. Okay, so it is an indie game. Definitely isn't triple F though. Oh, well, we can't say triple F. Come on, not even as a joke. It's still categorized as triple A. Come on. They're also behind Cat Quest. Okay, yeah, it's definitely okay. I could say this is indie. If it's published by Kepler, I guess yeah. I guess so. I didn't know. I didn't know. But just to put like a snag in your in your little comment about Square Enix saying that their little comment about turn-based games, they've said it years ago about turn-based games dying, and we're talking about Square Enix here. And Square Enix published and puts out Bravely Default, which gets so much traction and was sold so well, they were like, well, crap, I guess we're making a sequel because apparently it was very popular. And everybody on the other side who got the game was just like, oh, no kidding. No kidding, Square. Wasn't that years old now? Of course it's years old, but this is the same game that we're playing right now. I don't know if recently Square Enix said anything about turn-based games not being popular anymore, but I can tell you right now that years ago, they said the same thing that I know of. That's the only time I know of them mocking turn-based games. They themselves put out Bravely Default in America, and it did so well, they were just like, huh? They were confused. They were just like, what? How did that happen? So, well, consider Final Fantasy 16. Considering games that they're putting out right now, I don't know if that really reflects what Square Enix is really trying to do. I don't know what Square Enix is trying to do with their single-player games anymore. I guess they're just trying to stay away from turn-based games because they think that is not going to be successful. I don't know if there was a statement that was put out there that says Square Enix thinks that turn-based games is not going to be successful. I do know that when they put out 16, they said they want to like revolutionize the game. I don't know if they besmirched turn-based games. If they did, I mean, I would like to know. I really do. I can just tell you this: if they're putting out not just Bravely Default, Octopath Traveler 2 out there, right? They put that out there. Then I think they understand that turn-based games isn't really like dead or dying. To be fair, then when they said it was turn-based games were losing popularity because there was a lot of non-turn-based RPG out there were coming out, that's because people who do research to see if there's a big trend out there don't really understand gamers. They still don't understand gamers. They will never probably understand gamers because they weren't really within the gaming community, or I should say the people whose jobs to research this only see surface level things. They're not really deep into it. They don't really understand. So they will make this call saying turn-based games are not really popular. Meanwhile, every other person's waiting for a good turn-based game. They're trying to follow the Western stuff too much at the moment. That's true. I mean, Square Enix did change their headquarters and it's placed in California somewhere. I mean, yeah, they moved their headquarters. It's either Sony or Square Enix. I might be wrong. You can check that for me. I think it's either Square Enix. I think Square Enix is still in Japan. Never mind. I think Sony changed their headquarters to California. I don't know. It might be either or. It might be both. I just know that one company from Japan was just like, we're going to California, y'all, and they went. But I mean, hey, California is garbage. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and we're going to continue this little escapade with Jimmy. Ugh. It's always something. My stomach has been acting up lately.
And finished before putting this out to Steam. The other two combat styles are absolutely essential for the experience here, and you can't level them past 1. I don't know. I don't understand that one. I mean, this is up for debate because you know, this is a fundamental part of RuneScape, but I know the devs probably didn't intend for this to happen, but this is how you get the whip. Safe spotting is back, baby. Every RuneScape player is familiar with this tactic. I don't think they meant for that to happen. There's 2 random events that seem mostly pointless. The Velgar attack, where the dragon suddenly swoops in and starts spitting acid pools at you and you need to dodge out of the way. The other random event is Hunted, which spawns the mobs of that region near you. Gotta, you know, try to not be killed. And if you're gonna do random events like that, why is the evil chicken not popping up attacking us? There's the RuneScape not being there again. A very clear opportunity, probably very you have chickens in the game. There's some other mechanics that I feel like weren't fully tested to see if they're miserable or not. Like the tier 4 area with the lightning, it's constantly dark and raining. Lightning is targeting you and it can just totally fuck everything up. And it's really, really frequent. I hope they change the lightning. I don't like the lightning. The addition of resource gathering skills and different essential utility spells is pretty huge. Using the Axtral spell and hitting 4 trees at a time is so satisfying. It's awesome. And then getting the Splinter spell, which lets you destroy the entire log that fell. Love that. I think Wind Step is really cool when it works. It doesn't give you like immunity to fall damage or anything, but I mean, it lets you go cool places. There's Rock Explosion, which is amazing. I think overall the combat's pretty fun. Survivability with combat is much tougher on a solo server. It's pretty brutal at points. I enjoyed the extra challenge of playing solo, but at some points it was like, geez, I really want to just get the resources I need. They're gonna eventually have to add things like, you know, resource multipliers, damage multipliers, raid frequency, just giving players the ability to shape their own playthrough. A lot of players are gonna see games like this and instantly think, I want to do a creative mode server and build crazy shit. I just think there's a lot of directions that they could go or where they could have gone. I don't know where they go from here. I was in the position of creating a survival craft RuneScape game, and I'm coming up with the setting, the story. This game would be taking place in the 4th Age. The 4th Age of RuneScape happens right after the God Wars, and it's known as the Age of Mortals. And I would have capitalized on some lore that already exists, references that we could become a part of, putting us somewhere in Asgarnia or Misthalin before Avaraka and Falador was ever founded, when it was just wilderness. Well, you know, like a forest, not the wilderness, you know what I'm saying. That way RuneScape references could be made in a very real, immersive way without just playing the role of pure nostalgia bait. Like imagine a side quest, like a construction-based side quest, where you have the job of laying the foundation of a building, which eventually is the spot that becomes the Varrock General Store or the Varrock Bank. You've helped build one of the places that is recognized in modern day Varrock.
So what he's saying is a time where certain establishments has not been established yet in the original game. That makes sense. If you're, because I don't know how the ages work within RuneScape. Because different, like he says, the different ages resets the calendar. I don't know if old school RuneScape is set in a different age from RuneScape 3. I have no idea.
You're the guy that laid the foundation of the Varrock Bank.
That'd be kind of interesting.
You did that quest because there used to be nothing there. And then, you know, the Age of Mortals, people started establishing little civilizations. And then you could have characters like Arav, not the dead version of them like from the quest, but the real one in their timeline. Those characters are a part of RuneScape lore. People know those characters and they would make the perfect fit for a RuneScape spinoff. There's so many interesting timeline events from the 4th Age.
What happened in the 4th Age? He said dwarves and gnomes resurfaced after God Wars. I believe dwarves went underground. Robert the Strong beats Dragonkin. I don't remember Robert the Strong. Is he like one of the heroes that you help? Like, didn't he get turned into a cat or something? Entrana, Faliador, Karamja, settlements built. That'd be kind of fun. Asgarnia founded. That'd be kind of cool. Mauritania creatures attack missile. How old is Mauritania? Lumbridge founded. How old is Lumbridge? Rune essence discovered at the end. And Lord Draken enslaves Mauritanian population.
That would have made so much sense to make as the setting of this game. Since the map is going to be static, it would have been incredible to have a somewhat familiar terrain of Asgarnia or Misthalin where you could pretty much recognize everything.
Yeah, but the question is, where does Dragon Wilds take its place in? I mean, his idea is really good. But where does Dragon Wilds take their place in? That's the question for me. Unless he has a clue as to like where.
Based on the forestry there, you would be some of the first building in that land. I feel like they really, really missed out on an opportunity to make a really cool setting for a survival.
I agree. That could have been a good story.
Played into the world of RuneScape as we know it. I think getting a RuneScape game is something that a lot of us, myself included, have dreamt about. The RuneScape universe is amazing. There's no reason to stop at the MMO and constrain it to the engines of the MMOs. I just hope that Jagex sees how much interest is truly there in the RuneScape name in the gaming world and does take more opportunities in the future to start developing things and expanding the RuneScape timeline. There's so much there already that you can build on. I did have fun with Dragon Wilds. I had fun going in with Flutton and Walnut and just messing around.
Flutton and
God,
Walnut.
you're just running. Oh God, you're just running. Oh God. Ow, ow, there's a bird. There's a bird.
Fucking god. Oh my fucking god.
So I really hope that in future updates, which I absolutely will be playing, we see more of the RuneScape identity show itself. Jagex, I beg of you, take your time with this. You guys just made a lot of money, and I really hope the dev team gets to use that money to take this project and turn it into something very special. There's a lot of directions you guys can go.
Yeah,
with
take
this.
the dragon
Even
out,
if
bro.
it means scrapping this map.
Take
and
those
taking my idea.
events
You can
out,
have it
man.
for free. I'll give it to you for free. I just really want to see this game get to its full potential because it's badass that they're actually taking RuneScape IP and making new games with it. This could be the start of some crazy awesome shit, and I hope we get to see it. But that's it. That's all I've got. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.
I'm just building a fence.
What?
I'm just building a fence.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the
What if they
goblins
just break through the fence?
They're not gonna break through the fence, dude. AI is so easy to exploit. Basically, they're gonna be like, we have to go right here. We have to go in this way.
This is you're using RimWorld tactics on fucking
Yes.
on Dragon
That's
Wilds?
exactly what I'm using. Oh, this will keep the
Hey, is
dragon
that
out.
fence gonna work on the dragon?
Aha, he can't get us now. Got a fence.
The goddamn dragon is bombing the house right now.
Are you serious?
It was a good video. It was a good video. I agree, and you should subscribe to Jimmy just as well. Oh man, oof. Stomach is not doing so great, but yeah, I kind of agree with him with that one. When it comes right down to it, I think I agree with his takes there. Oh my goodness. Woo! Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Again. All right. Hopefully no more interruptions. No more interruptions. Hopefully. Ah, man. Glad he made that video. Forgot to like it. 49K. More people need to see it. That's the thing. Oh, okay. That happened. Popular VTuber career implodes after sabotaging friends and blaming it on her manager. What? The apology was not accepted. Shy Lily and Bao clapped back. Okay. I mean, let's see what that has to do with anything. Let me see. Trying to get that up.
Boys, you know it's bad, you know it's serious when I have to go live offline just to record a video. Cinder's response was put out and it has been met with the most backlash I have ever seen out of any VTuber apology I've ever seen. What started off as people saying this isn't a witch hunt has now turned into the biggest witch hunt. Cinder has attempted to apologize. It fucking missed.
Managed to level an ult from 10 to 50 in a Cosmo exploration with only level 5 gear. That makes sense.
It hurt itself in confusion. It was my words exactly, the worst VTuber apology of all time. No one, and I mean no one, accepted this. Bao has put out receipts saying that she's lying. Every big VTuber of the space has weighed in, and I want to go over everything on this. And now I'm going to say it again. This is the first time ever where I am going to advocate for this. Cinder, your apology was not good enough. This shows in spades your true character. I waited for your side. I waited for everybody's side. I got informed on every single base possible. Your apology was terrible. You provided no screenshots. It was all your opinion. You deflected. You never took any accountability, and it shows. People are pissed, and they have every right to be pissed. And just to show you the extent of the vitriol in this community, it is at an all-time high, and we are going over all of it. So, this was Cinder's apology. Yes, we are back here again. And Shy Lily, who I would rightfully say is the most wholesome, the most kind VTuber in the entire community, and if
She's also very lewd. But I guess that adds to her character.
you've upset her, you have done something wrong. One of the most helpful people I have ever met,
Get her
and a
ass, Lily.
universally loved creator in the space, weighed in, which I obviously replied with the get her ass, Lily. Yes, go girl. And we got to show the Bao statement after is crazy. This is Lily's response to Cinder's response. Look at this shit.
I think Cinder was ousted for basically using and manipulating a lot of people, trying to take advantage, and now apparently she's blaming her manager for her bad behavior. This is the reason why I'm like, VTuber community? Nah, I'm not gonna touch that.
The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute.
So Cinder, by the way, she was kind of a bad actor she did some things where she basically like cheated, lied, manipulated her way to where she is, taking away people's opportunities, and basically all of that got ousted. All of it got ousted. Like everything.
Insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating. And I have never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages while having to sit here and read through these bullshit lies you spin makes me want to vomit.
Damn.
Period. Yes, dude. Get her ass, girl. Yo, Cinder, I'm going to say this with no exaggeration. They are whooping your ass in the replies. They are whooping your ass in the quote retweets, girl. Jesus. I hope there's a Twitter ambulance
Oh my
because your
God.
ass is cooked. To claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same.
Yeah, I think that also sums it up, that her man redacted, his literal name is like redacted. It's kind of stupid, I know. But he went around and did horrible shit, and she's also her boyfriend and or manager. Allegedly her boyfriend. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly.
Person. Sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friends, is sickening. I have experienced your own actions without red in a situation where in your own screenshotted words, you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceed to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends onto the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for failing them. Truer words have never been spoken. Just to earn the bag and compete with me over a V-Card collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise, you actively lied about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you were being a bad friend. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in that friend's career? By the way, check out V-Card.
Because she was thinking about her career. I mean, she was thinking about getting that bag. But the thing about VTubers, right? You can treat it like a business, but you have to keep the line between like business and relationships. If you're making a collab with somebody, you need to have good rapport with them, and not in like the robotic or business sense. You need to actually be friends with them. So like, for example, my friendship with Tamriel. My friendship of Tamriel is real. When I was in the worst part of my life, when I was pretty much kicked out of the place of living, and I was basically living out on the streets, Tamriel put out the call. He said, "This is a good friend of mine, help him." That's the kind of friendship and relationship I see that really is needed within the VTuber community, because you're not just sitting there acting like employees or workmates. You should be legit friends if you do collabs, right? If you should have a good relationship. It shouldn't just be, oh, we're just workmates. Oh, you're just a stepping stone for me to get higher, become more popular as a VTuber. So I could see where this is coming from. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Tati was there. She opened up her home for me. Absolutely. In the case of like, because Tamriel is a VTuber, right? I was just sticking to this stuff. Like, apologies, I should have said that too. You know, like Toddy opened up their doors for me, and I could name everybody. A friend all the way over in Greensburg, Pittsburgh, he opened up his house for me, even though he just had a child. And I'm just like, why are you opening your house for me? You just have a child. And he was like, you're one of my good friends. I will bring you over here and you can live with us. And I'm like, holy shit. And so many other people did the same thing. So many other people. Toddy is all the way over in like Texas, right? Like she said, like, here, I have room over here, and I'm just like, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. How, if you are genuinely friends with somebody, they will help you. they will support you. And apparently she was ousted, I guess, through her boyfriend, or sorry, alleged boyfriend. Alleged boyfriend, her manager, I should say. On the side of the planet, so unless teleportation was a thing.
Great shit for gamer subs. I have my own card in there. The rare version has Eggy in it. And I also just pulled a Shy Lily card that's signed by the artist. Very cool. Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability. And all you've done is try to shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequence and your own career and trying to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro Pups deserve better.
Ooh.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Ooh. I believe the Pyro Pups is her entourage, her group, her chatters, her fans, and they definitely do deserve better.
Shitting on the community too. Well, hey man, it is what it is. I think everybody was incredibly fair. I'll admit, I think some people jumped the gun. I think people were already riding this hate train a little bit too quick. However, even for those who waited to see all sides, were met with nothing but disgust, discontent, and deflection. It is embarrassing as shit. Which, by the way, this is important to know, Lily ratioed her fucking post by almost 3x in 40 minutes. Needless to say, and I'm going to say this right now.
I was muted. That was funny. Let me see that again.
Hair on your ears ain't the only thing.
Let me see that again.
That's Cook's sister. By almost
3 million views. Oh wow, there's more love.
3x in 40 minutes. Needless to say, and I'm going to say this right now, that hair on your ears ain't the only thing that's Cook's sister. I think Cinder's VTubing career might legitimately be over. This actually might be.
Just to let you all know as well, Tectone also was friends with Cinder. He's friends with a lot of VTubers. So in the beginning, he was giving her a lot of benefit of the doubt. He waited. He waited for her to respond. This is probably just as disappointing to him as it is like disappointing to a lot of the fans.
Over. It is so hard to make an apology as bad as Cinder did.
Ooh.
It is shocking. She wanted so hard.
Yeah, the bridge is gone.
Cry her little tears.
It's not even burnt. It was blown the fuck up. Let's be honest.
Claim all the trauma and say, oh, my boyfriend made me do it.
Wait, did she confirm that that was her boyfriend? Did she confirm that? Okay, so if she confirmed that her manager is her boyfriend, then it's all over. Mr. Torch style. Pretty much.
Now, I'm not going to say it's because I said it first, but it is what it is. This shit is embarrassing, and it keeps getting worse every second. This is what Ellie said, and we're reading Bao said for last. Ellie, the disgruntled old woman in the VTuber space, how this inner apology should have looked. Hi, guys, I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry to everyone involved, and I'm sorry I tried to pin this on anyone. I will take accountability. I knew everything that was going on between my artist and manager, and though I might have not phrased things the way they did, I 100% knew what was going on. I'm not a perfect person. I got swept up by what this industry can do to you. I got greedy. I got bitter. I got jealous, and most importantly, I hurt those close to me, and the people didn't deserve any of my vicious toxicity. I know this might not make things right, and your trust will probably never get mended, but this is all I have. I'm open, coming to you with my guard down, and ready for what comes next. I could write more, and you deserve more, but I don't want my genuine apology to be lost with an endless word of vomit. I did some fucked up stuff, and I'm not proud. I plan to grow from this. Also, Burger King is better than McDonald's. Honestly.
Oh, those are some strong words she said there at the end. Burger King's better than McDonald's. That starts wars. That start wars. But that sounds like a better apology than the I don't know what kind of apology she's really sending out to it. Hopefully Tectone actually looks at it. It's not a real apology, just an apology Ellie has envisioned. If you need me to write some of your future apologies, slide into my DMs. Also, if you're a hot guy. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Honestly true. I mean, holy fuck, the flame broiled water.
Constantly
was
more a
crazy.
hero
That
of all the
charcoal, you
VTuber
really taste
drama,
it.
more I'm
Liquid smoke
glad I
goes a long way.
can't stand watching most
This
of
is
them
not a
because the
real apology.
personality,
This is
most
the
of them
apology
have
Ellie
just
has
been
envisioned.
annoying.
You know,
Well, personality aside, you know, they do that for their job. And, like, voices aside, they do that for, you know, their job, which is being a VTuber. I have some respect for a good number of them because I was able to interact with VTubers. Like Tamriel was kind of like the open door for that. He got me into like watching a good number of them, and I interacted with some of them, and I realized that they go through a lot of shit in the background, you know? A lot of VTubers have to put on a play and act to be bubbly and kind and be that anime character on screen. The ones I have like the most respect for is probably Iron Mouse because of her situation where she has like an immunity deficiency. She needs to have like what was it? Like, you know, oxygen basically plugged into her, and you know, I feel horrible with the fact that like what she has to go through, you know, but she still keeps going. She still keeps going. And then there's Camila, and as happy and go lucky as she sounds with that voice of hers, she went through a lot of shit. Like, she had a stalker that she had to move home from. Ooh, excuse me. Is joking in the VTuber community that manager is another term of boyfriend. That's, I guess that is the joke. Who goes to the field for McDonald's? A lot of people. You know, they do it because of their job and just get annoyed quickly at most of them because of that. So I tend to just not watch them. Fair opinion. I'm not really into the VTuber scene, so I wouldn't know most of the things that's going on. Understandable. Sometimes you play as 2D tubers. Yes, I do. And I believe it's called PNG tuber. I'm not into the scene myself. I just know a lot of people and follow them, so I kind of can't avoid hearing about it. Yeah, Iron Mouse is finally able to walk, by the way. Heard about that. I'm proud of her.
Write some of your future apologies. Slide in the DMs. Also, if you're a hot guy, yo, Ellie, hit me up anytime.
Yeah.
Local hot guy, by the way. This is great. A lot of people say, well, every apology's bad. What were you expecting her to do? Something that looked like this. Anybody who actually feels true remorse should be able to apologize. It's pretty damn good. Trust me. I've apologized 5 times in my career, and every single time it hurts like a bitch, but I do it because I mean it. Cinder does not mean it. She wants to get away with this shit. She wants the boost and clout, and it's fucking pathetic. Bao's response, if not the most important response, she was heavily mentioned in this doc up there with Lily. Yep. How can you say you didn't know? I showed you both my base model and my sketch from Nano at WeebCon. We walked on stage and performed together. You were in the group chat where I shared my sadness over Nano suddenly canceling my model after we were so close to being live 2D and rigging. And now to find out, just the day before I shared my sadness, this is the conversation that happened that ruined months of debut prep, planning, merch preparation. If you want to apologize to me, please do it properly and stop hiding behind red. God damn yes, girl. If you were going to apologize, put some goddamn respect on my name. And guess what? Bao once again with the screenshots. Look at this shit. We've seen 2 of these. The third one's new. I'm going to go over all of them just to refresh your memory. Redacted, Cinder's boyfriend. Did you cancel the models? Nanolis, the artist. I did not. Nano arc delayed to 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone else. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. They both saw this shit. Yee, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Ridiculous. You shouldn't be. This is so pathetic. And the final comment, Bao, in the group chat, once again confirming what she said. Smoj, Nano had to drop me as a client because her work schedule is too hectic. Cinder, you know what you did. You were aware of everything. And once again, it honestly shocks me. I am rarely ever taken aback, but this is a situation where I'm completely taken aback. The worst apology of all time gets worse. Cinder, take some accountability. And maybe, just maybe, the girls will find it in their heart to forgive you. At this point, I don't really see any reason to. Wow. Anyways, if there's any more updates on this, I will cover all of them.
A rat, man. No, worse. A snake. Snake-like. That's some snake-like behavior. Yeah, totally planned. Totally planned that out. That freeze frame there. It was totally planned. I planned all of that out. I think I have a video from Shy Lily.
When you need someone to...
Oh, nope, that's Sungrass Studio. Sweet Sungrand Inc. Let me see. Where is it? I thought I did. Oh, holy shit. Whoa. Oh my god. So Cotton addresses it. VTubers are calling her out. Even Chibi Doki? Okay, I need to see Chibi. I'm pretty sure she has like a bunch of shit to say about that. Oh, and Lily actually talks about it. Oh man. Cotton talks about it. I actually respect Shallow Lily because there was like there was a point where it was like a one-on-one where I actually was like in like a group chat with her, and she talks about it, right? Let me see. But she is a lewd tuber to the max, though. She really is. she is lewd to the max. What is that mono? What the heck? Oh god. Okay. At the very least, let's check out. Let's check out Chibi. Chibi is a chaotic. Oh yeah, Cherry just said it. Chibi is chaos. Yeah, she's very chaotic, but she's funny as hell.
I'm a person, guys. I like to hear both sides. Okay, I truly do. It's just the way I am. I like to hear both sides. I'm not really gonna give my opinion. I'm
Is she
just gonna
being serious though?
say some statements. Cheating is freaking messed the frick up.
Good morning. Today, university starts back.
Mess the frick up. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's online or not. It's freaking messed up. And I don't. Guys, I've said this for years. That is one thing I do not have any sympathy for. Okay. And number two, we're freaking adults. Why are we being mean? And it's not high school. Hey guys, how many conversations have I had with you guys that VTubing is like high school? Womp womp. It really is. People don't. Get ready for a lot of this through the years, because it is truly, like, guys, there are things that haven't come out yet that are freaking depressing and probably will never come out, but they're like, people at the end of the day, for 9 times out of 10, this is a job and everything is about money. That is truly what it is. Friendships, meh. Viewership, respect, meh. It is money. It truly is. The experiences I've had, the transactional relationships people have tried to make with me, guys, it truly is. Please, guys, like, uplift the people you know who are good. It, like, truly, I mean, you got food poisoning, I'm freaking sorry. I've never had that. But yeah, like, for example, you guys are I only respect you guys because you give me money. That's a freaking joke, okay? God dang it. I can't make my normal jokes because I know there's, like, the drama tubers in my chat, like, say something to get canceled because all this is going down. I'm kidding. I'm, like, 30% kidding. 70% ayo, don't only goodbye. Just kidding! I'm kidding. But, I think, I don't want to talk about, because guys, I'm not a drama tuber. I don't do drama, and the only reason I'm really talking about it is because to me, it's not really drama. It's involving people I care about, like, I don't want to say specific names to bring it, but, like, I care about a lot of the people and stuff, and, there's one thing I think we need to bring more attention to and have a discussion about, and that cheating is wrong. We need to talk more about that. I know a lot is happening, but that is something we need to acknowledge as well, because that is one of the worst things that could happen.
She's talking about cheating in the workplace. I don't know, not relationship cheating. I don't know if she's talking about that, but she's basically trying to be as serious as she can. She's really trying here, folks. Respect that she is being 70% serious about this. Hello? Oh, stop. What are you doing?